Hey everybody, welcome back to another awesome day. Woohoo! Breaking records, man. Breaking records. PulseMafia Vault hits 3 billion Pulse. Yes, sir. It is awesome for Pulsechain, this game. This game is really taking off. You guys have known we're trying to pick the winners, and man, have we been doing chicken dinners because this PulseMafia is really doing really well. So 3 billion Pulse. It is a massive amount of money too, just growing. You guys know that at the minimum target to start the game is 5 billion. So we're well on the way to that. I think we're looking at about 132,000 US dollars in the vault. There are multiple ways of making money in this game. That is the main one, but there are tons of others in there as well. We're going to be talking about that as the game evolves. You don't want to miss out on PulseMafia and Pulsechain. It is a big deal, and it's just growing by the day. We're seeing more influencers cover PulseMafia. I think RH Max, another big influencer in the Pulsechain Hex community, covering PulseMafia. So big shout out to him for that. And that came out just a couple of hours ago, so you can check that out. I think we also had a big giveaway of $1,000 for PulseMafia with Cult DeFi, Jacob's PR man. So really looking hot there. Fun times, and the game is ramping up. We saw a new release, of course, of all the premium and family plus players going on there. We're going to check that out in the update later on to see where all the families are at. It is exciting times. It really is just ramping up really nice. So we're going to talk about that. We're also going to get into the crypto and stock market news, of course. We're going to get into Pulsechain and the opportunities there at the moment. And, of course, obviously Bitcoin pulling back. That's impacting all the markets coming down. Etc. But the stock market's still doing very well. So, and we've had positive news around interest rates. So we're going to get into all that. UK election is on. Woohoo! Hot doggity dog. And I guess there's only really one good party there, a Reform Party with Nigel Farage. And that's got to be the one to vote for and the win to save Britain from itself. Because, it's actually not, it's not collapsing from outside, it's collapsing from inside, given the type of people that don't care about the people anymore. They stop caring. The elite stop caring about the people, and the people are voting for reform. So we look forward to reform doing well in the polls. Hopefully 20% in the polls at the moment in the last one. So hopefully they do well because I think the only party to save Britain get freedom, prosperity, safety. And that's what people want. And it's going to be really fun to see that play out. All right, we're going to get into all that today. Man, that was some intro. Let's get into it. We've got Lies Beneath in the House there. How are you today? Very good. It's sunny outside. It's winter. But finally, we've got a sunny day because the last couple of days have been pretty cold and wet. We've got obviously Antarctic sitting below us. I mean, what do you expect? We may be at the bottom of the world away from everyone else, but we've got the Antarctic down there, man. That wind, when it comes up, it's like, good chew. It's cold. I'm surprised we haven't got penguins at the front door. If you know what I mean? Like penguins at the front door. That'd be pretty crazy. We got Hex and Pulse Hex incentive for the 100%, the golden cryptos of Richard Hart. We are fully backing that, right? We're maxis of that. Obviously, we like to play out and stuff on Pulsechain. We'd like to pick off really cool projects on Pulsechain. Very cool. We love doing that too. Morning, Superman and family. Hey, Brennan. Hope you're doing well. Good to see Brennan in the house there. We've got Archie as well, the Don of the Syndicate. Man, the most feared family in the whole Mafia game and doing very well at the moment. Brennan says that the premium members for the Syndicate is at 46.3%. We're going to get into that later on. 50% is the target to get that family plus status, or premium family status. I'm looking forward to that too. So the Syndicate doing very well. Crypto Furia in house there. Hello. Good to see you, Crypto Furia. Syndicate getting close to family plus. It is, yeah. It's just like it reminds me a little bit like was it Netflix Plus or something like that as well. Disney Plus. That's it. Reminds me a little bit like that. It's kind of funny like that. 3 billion, yeah, rocket mode, definitely rocket mode for PulseMafia. Wookie likes a chicken dinner. I do too. In fact, I'm going to have chicken sausages later this evening. I'm probably going to cook up a fair amount. I won't eat them all. I got like 6 of them, so I'm going to probably just put some in for cold lunches or something like that as well. I sound like my mum. We got Trix in the house with the Superman. Ace Trix, always a pleasure to see you in the chat, man. Welcome as well. All right, so let's get into it. Without further ado, we're going to kick off the markets. We're going to race through a whole ton of stuff, and then we're going to get to Mafia because it's kind of about 2 half of the shows now. We've kind of got the markets on the first half, and then we've got the Mafia on the second half. But, man, this game is going to be a lot of fun to play during the crypto bull market ahead of us and bide our time. Something good to get into, right? Crypto Furious is getting Family Plus is like sharing your Netflix password. That is hilarious. That's hilarious. Well said. All right, so let's get into it. Let's go for gold. What does Brennan say? I'm trying to move on here, but these guys are putting some good comments. Slow cooking lamb shanks for dinner, wook and carve the bone for weapons afterwards, says Brennan. That is very mafia of you. Very mafia indeed. All right, let's go and let's pull it up. We got, no, we're not going to the mafia yet. We're going to the stock market. S&P 500. So this is the results for Wednesday, right? So Wednesday, the 3rd of July. We've got the S&P 500 and record close again, keeps doing the records, man. As weaker data stoked rate cut bets. So good news for the rate cuts bets. That's bullish for crypto in the probably 6 months ahead of us. So very excited about that. We got the Dow Jones is pretty much flat today. It's down 24 points, let's say, to 39,308. The S&P 500 is down is up 0.5%, 28 points to 5,537, making records, breaking records. It's got to be good for crypto, right? It's got to be good for crypto. Nasdaq there is up 0.9% there, 160 points to 18,188. That's got all the tech companies in it, so tech's doing well also. And of course, we've seen recently the the chip makers like Nvidia doing extremely well, breaking records as well in terms of market cap and stuff like that. So cool stuff. But we did have some good news and that has spurred the stock market. We've got economic data is a negative surprise to boost rate cut hopes. And of course, the minutes of the Fed June meeting will be released later in the session, with many eager for further clues on the central bank's thinking on monetary policy and inflation. Investors will be looking for additional guidance as to the committee's assessment of the balance of risk, fears of upside inflationary pressures, and further insight into the downgrade to rate cut expectations. Elsewhere on the economic front, data showing U.S. factory orders unexpectedly fell, and U.S. service activity fell into contraction, pointing to a slow economic, stoking hopes of a sooner rate cut. So that's kind of good news from that point of view, the reduce of demand. With just a couple of days until the release of the non-farm payrolls, a big data point coming up. The ADP National Employment Bulletin showed private payrolls increased by 150,000 jobs in June, below May's revised 157,000, and of course consistent with slowing labor market momentum. Now, as we know, the Federal Reserve basically wanted to trade off employment for inflation, right? So that's kind of what they're going to do. They want low inflation, heading towards that 2% mark. And so they're finally starting to get some kinks in the market here in the labor market. Market participants now see a 68% chance of the first rate cut in September, which is awesome, up from 58% last week. So definitely things heading in the right direction. And that's got to bode well for the crypto market as well, which leads us into the crypto market. Fortunately, the crypto market is down at the moment. Obviously, overhanging us at the moment is Mt. Gox for Bitcoin on the negative, but on the positive, we've got the Ethereum ETS for next week. So that potentially positive for there. So we've got this negative, positive, and of course we are towards the end of the volatility period we generally see, maybe another month ahead of us, but generally see for the Bitcoin halving. And obviously September typically is the third quarter of the year is typically the weaker of the quarters, and also September itself is normally the worst month there. So we still have a bit of that volatility ahead of us regardless of the Bitcoin halving. So that's coming up. We've got Bitcoin at the moment, $60,265, down 3%. Bitcoin dominance is up slightly, 52.3%. Ethereum there at $3,300 is down 3.44% at the moment. We've got some big movers below that are even more than 5%. So we've got Solana down 8%, Litecoin down 5.1%. What do we got there? AVAX down 7.8% and Matic down 7% at the moment. So even bigger than the majors moving there at the moment. So even meme coins are all down, right? Look at meme coins all over 5%, slightly 5% there for Dodge, SHIB, and that. So they're down as well. We're going to talk more about meme coins later on, so stay tuned for that. I'm going to look at the top meme coins over all chains, not just Bitcoin or something like that. So let's jump over into BTC and have a zoom in on this. So at the moment, as you can see, the Ethereum ETF is set for next week sometime. So that is kind of cool. Hopefully we'll get fingers crossed on that. We have moved down on Bitcoin. So the Bitcoin 50-day moving average obviously trending down there now. And of course, this is flattening out the 200-day moving average. So the 50-day is now at 64,540. The 200-day moving average is at 58,273. We definitely want to hold that 200-day moving average, right? That's definitely very important, that 58,273. We're currently above that at 60,227. That being said, we do have horizontal support probably just below that in my view at 57,000. That's your sort of yellow line. But if we did go below the 200-day and bounce off that and bounce back over, that's fine too. And of course, we've got this Mt. Gox versus Ethereum, negative versus positive there. All right, let's get into the Bitcoin runes. Now, obviously, we talked about for the first season ever in Bitcoin history, we've got meme season, and that is going to be in the bull market. Obviously, we're going to see some incredible price repricing, just like we saw with Dogecoin. We're going to see some impressive stuff happen on Bitcoin, in my view, in the like EVM chains, but on Bitcoin this time. And of course, we're picking Dog for the win. Dog at the moment pulled down to 9.2 sats. The market cap is at 553 million. So we're looking forward to that to go on the rebound and to break that 1 billion mark in the future. Looking for tier one exchanges as well to jump on board. We're seeing a few future markets for tier ones, but looking for a spot and more future markets as well. So Dog there, a nice little pickup range at the moment. Just moving down with the Bitcoin because it is on Bitcoin, right? So Bitcoin leverage. We've got Bank of Nakamoto dollar down 9% there as well. Ryzik down 15% here on Magic Eden. We've got Pups is up 1%. Epic down 4%. $1 billion cat down 15%. Number 7. Lobo the Wolf Pup, another one of my favorite ones, is down 3.3% today. Satoshi Nakamoto has moved up one spot to number 9, but down 2.6%. And number 10 has taken its place. And of course, that's fallen down to number 10. Decentralized is down 8.6%. Now, Decentralized, of course, is an Ethereum NFT team, a very big one. They're now also on Bitcoin. See, these guys are smart. If the big Ethereum team that's done successful on Ethereum is over there on a Bitcoin runes, then you know that they know a good opportunity when they see one. So excited about that. Yeah, I'm looking out for this Donald one. Now, Donald is actually down 21% at the moment at 6 sats. But I actually kind of feel like leading into the election, this is probably a bit further in the year, but we'll keep a lookout for this one, the Donald Trump. I think that might have a nice big rally at some stage. We'll see. We'll see if that narrative plays out, but definitely excited about that. The NFTs at the moment, Runestones dropped to number 2 from yesterday. We've still got quite a few in the play there. Uniworlds is kind of a new one. I haven't really looked at that one too much, but that's moved up to number 4. Rare Sads there, number 8. Haven't looked at that one either, so that's kind of new here as too. Those are kind of the 2 new ones there, and Bitcoin Shrooms as well. So there's a couple of new ones there in the mix. Yeah, you can see Uniworlds there up 66%, even though the rest of the market's down. So it's relatively new. All right, that's on Magic Eden. You can check out those. I'll post the link in the chat there if you guys want to check out. It's going to be a mega theme. Meme coins, utility coins, and NFTs on Bitcoin this season for the bull market ahead of us. We know it's ahead of us, and once we ride out through some of these uncertainties around the Mt. Gox and things like that, it's going to be pretty badass, I think. So that is it if you want to check those out. Now, if you want to find out more details, join our strategy club. Links in the video description for Discord. I'm going to be doing some changes in the week ahead for Discord. So check out that. Get in there, folks. Now, it's $5 to join up for the general membership of the Pulse and Hex Discord. So it's per month. It's 16 cents a day. It's cheap as chips, and you get all the great information. You get discussed strategy, best projects, and things like that on Pulsechain. And you got to hang out with some really cool people as well. The other thing is, of course, if you want to join Strategy Club, that's a private club inside the Discord. That's $35 a month, and we talk about multi-chain opportunities, including runes and things like that. We've been early on all this stuff, so get in there, folks. It really is cool to talk about. So it's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of money to be made, too. All right, and it's always good to have diversification in your portfolio, right? So it's always good to have diversification in your portfolio. You just want to hunt the unicorns, that's all. A portfolio of unicorns. How about that? All right, so get into it. What else? We've got a couple other comments in here before I move on. Let's see here. We've got Craig Pitt in the house. Hey, morning, Craig. Good to see you. Nate says 3 billion. Let's go. Absolutely, let's go. Yeah, boy. Let's go on 3 billion. I love that title. PulseMafia hits 3 billion pulse. That is so cool. And wait till we go to the next one, 4 billion, right? That's the next target. Brennan says Biden not looking to see out his term, but Trump coin, says Trump. Yeah. I'm not so. There is a Biden one as well. I'm just not so confident about that one. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. All right, let's move on. Let's go to Ethereum. And of course, Ethereum here on the chart, not looking too bad. It is somewhere in the middle between the 200 and the 50-day moving average. The 50-day at $3,458 and the 200-day at $3,091. Obviously, curling down there a little bit. But if you look at a bit of longer road, it's looking pretty good here. And of course, we've got bullish news coming up here with the Ethereum ETF expected to, sometime next week, fingers crossed on that. And that source of that information is from Bal Kahunas, of course, one of the two Bloomberg analysts, which is the expert in this field, and that's giving us confidence in this expectation for next week, sometime next week. So there we go. That is it. Now it looks like too on the interest rate front that September the 10th looks like more probable now. 68% chance of this, given the weakness in the employment market. That's also bullish news. So Ethereum bullish. This means kind of, given the amount Gox is hanging over Bitcoin at the moment a little bit, this kind of gives Ethereum that relativity play, right, versus Bitcoin. So, and also maybe a spur on the altcoin season as well. So that's kind of cool there. And then, of course, we've got the US election on the 4th of November. Today, of course, we've got the UK election. And so that is in play. And we've seen a big move into the centre right, except for obviously Labour's going to probably win the UK. But we've seen a shift generally across Europe back to the centre right, which is the right direction, right? Because the centre right is still holding on to the people. People count, liberty counts, freedom counts, right? Whereas with the the fake ones like with the Tories, for example, in the UK, pretty much liberals have taken over the party, moved left, and of course everything left takes away your rights. They look down on the average person in democracy. They don't care. It's all the elites running, and they're idiots too. They do terrible things. So it really is a move back to common sense, and the centre right is a good move, and it's great to see that in the West. And maybe we'll stop having these world wars that the liberals and progressives like to get us into. So it could be pretty exciting now. A safe world and prosperous world, that's what we want. So I'm really glad that the people out there in democracies are moving in the right direction. All right, so that is kind of the play there. A safe world means prosperous crypto, and that's good for us all. Let's move into the top memes. So here we are on CoinMarketCap. We got the total market cap at the moment of 2.22 trillion is the crypto market cap. That is down 3.4% today, obviously with the moves down of all the majors. And we can see in the meme coins selection, we got Dogecoin at number 1, SHIB at number 2, Pepe at number 3, Dog with Hat at number 4. We got Floki at number 5, Bonk at number 6, Brett at number 7, Book of Meme at number 8. Dog, of course, which is one we're backing for the win, is on Bitcoin. It just makes sense to me to have the most valuable meme coin on the most valuable chain. And so Dog is the one for the win there. And of course, we've got the incredible founder, Leonidas, running that. Pretty exciting. Currently, the market at 559 million. Looking forward to that to do multiple billion moves, multiple X's, and take out Dogecoin at some stage later in the bull market. It's going to be pretty fun. So yeah, it's going to be glorious and lots of money to be made in that. So I'm very excited. We've had some new movers though, right? We had Mogcoin come here, and of course the other one we saw recently pop up here is Popcat as well from Solana. So we have had a couple of new meme coins, come into the fray. Mogcoin and Popcat. I know many of you like looking out for meme coins, so these are definitely some to look at. And of course, we discussed these sort of things in Strategy Club. So you can definitely check that out. And of course, I talk about it a little bit here as well. Now, if you want to check out some of these meme coins list, here is the list that I'm looking at. I always like to give out a bit of information here. So go for gold. That's on CoinMarketCap, the view/memes. It shows you the list of the meme winners. And we always know that the memes are very easy to onboard people. People like the narrative. And of course, love the artwork sometimes as well. So there we are. Check out the memes there. Looking forward to it. Dog for the win, as we say, dog for a win. That leads us into Pulsechain, day 418. We got any more comments before I need to move on? I don't know. We got, let's see, we got Pulsechain. Hex says, I loaded up today on Donald Trump on Pulsechain, but Trump is on rings as well. Yes, it is. Could be a great election season pump. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that's probably going to happen. This is the first day I've seen a decent pullback in it. It might be a good pickup for the upside, and of course might rally big time into that election on the 5th of November. Definitely agree with you on that one. Right, let's go. So we've got day 418. We've got the price there, Quadruple 0436 on Pulse, down 3.7%. We've got PulseX there, Quadruple 0209, down 5.9%. We've got the buy and burn at the moment is at 909.6 billion. We're almost at 4.5%, not quite again, 4.49%. And we've got the incentive token at the moment, $2.32, down 5% there. And of course, 3.7% of that will be the Pulse price. The ratio, though, is still holding up pretty well. I think we were at 54,000 yesterday. We're at 53,222 for the Pulse ratio to one incentive token. Total incentive tokens in existence, still under 35.5 million. And yeah, excited about where that will go. It's performing pretty well in my view. Hex there at the moment is a 52/100th of a penny. Hex has been the weakest one, but potentially the best pickup one to get as well, down 4.38%. EHEX there, after its big rally to 0.2 of a penny, is back down where it started almost at 14/100th of a penny. So it looks like full profit taking on that one. Combined price of EHEX and PX at the moment, 66/100th of a penny. So yeah, a really good pickup one there for day 418. Let's check out the charts here on Pulse quickly. Just to wrap up our market updates. We've got quite a few to look at, but let's have a look here on the daily. We can see that we had a bit of a rally. We chilled off again, come back down to test the support level, and here we are with the RSI at 36 here. Obviously with Bitcoin and that coming down as well with the wider market sentiment, that's where we are. Let's go to the weekly and have a look at that for Pulse. Like I say, if you want to become a validator right now, these sort of prices are fantastic to pick up 32 million Pulse, become a validator, very good option there. Like I say, if we break down here, we've already broken down there. So if we break down, we can potentially go to 4,050. That's kind of the next mark if we go down. And, that's probably the more probable event at the moment, unless we get a turnaround in Bitcoin. That is the next marker there. And it's also where we had resistance as well at 450. So 4,050, currently at 4,364. So fingers crossed we hold this up. We have been in this range for 3 weeks. So hopefully we hold this level. Like I say, if we do follow, if the Bitcoin that follows down, then the chances are we're going to go down to 450. So test that 4,000 mark, which is still a higher low. We've got a clear higher low here from August. So hopefully we hold that. The RSI is pretty oversold, but not fully oversold. Still has room to move potentially, but fingers crossed we hold that up there at the moment. All right, that is the Pulse, and the PulseX at the moment is doing better than Pulse, obviously, on the charts. We've got the price here at holding up for how many weeks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pretty much 6 weeks in this range for PulseX. We did have that one dip, was at the bottom at 1,886. We shall see. The RSI is pretty low as well, 38. Like I say, I think we're looking pretty good to hold this on the PulseX. A bit more confident about that. But of course, if we do come back and test, we're back down to the 1,800 range, right? So that's kind of the next low. If we broke that, it was all the way down to sort of here, 1,400, right? Which we don't really want to go. We got a nice little higher low here from back in September, even back in December. So hold that. Now we've been looking at this bullish indicator, right, to cross, and we got denied. Look at that. You can see that. We got denied, man. We got so annoying. We were so close. We were so close to a positive signal. And of course, normally you need 3 or 4 signals or something like that to give you real confidence. But man, this signal was looking good. It was actually looking really good, and we got denied. Look at that. Crazy. What we needed, instead of getting this red one, we needed a green one, right? We needed a green one. That's what would have been the key. But no, we got a red one, and down we came. So yeah, that is kind of it on the daily. On the weekly, at the moment, RSI down 38, and like I say, it was just taking our time, but we have been here for about 6 weeks. So fingers crossed that we get to move out of that at some stage. Just need a bit of a turnaround in the market. All right, that's PulseX. Good accumulation for Pulse and PulseX at the moment. Incentive token has been a shining star. We're at $2.38 at the moment, but the ratio, look at that, has been stuck in this range beautifully. So that's still performing very well after 4 weeks in a row. Look at that, 4 weeks in a row green, and then we've just had it all red week. That's pretty normal. RSI is pretty chilled too at 57 on the weekly. On the daily, we're way down below 50, so 48, and just cooling off here on the daily. And look at that, that's inside those bands, so still looking pretty good is the on-incentive token. And I'm sure once we get that turnaround, this is going to perform like a boss. PHEX is definitely the one to pick up, the weakest out of them all. And we're currently here at 52/100th of a penny, down at 36 as well. And that's just accumulation, right? That's just easy pick off there. EHEX likewise, almost completely reverted in the last week. So this is the weekly candles on EHEX. We got all the way up to with a nice 57% gain, and then of course that's mostly been wiped out, only up to 14% now from the bottom. So yeah, a lot of that been wiped out now. So we'll see what happens with the old EX. Don't count it out yet, as we say. If it can do it once, it can do it again. So that's day 418. Let's have a look at the gas prices. 186,000 beats on there, so pretty cheap to do business on Pulsechain. 0.3 of a penny for a PulseX swap. Let's look at the validators quickly. 48,372 validators, 1.55 trillion staked off the market. Like I say, an opportunity to get 32 million Pulse and start some validators and get that passive income. We're just waiting for Pulse to pivot. That's all you have to do there. And of course, when the bull market comes, it's going to be absolutely awesome. We got the market bridge. This is our health check, right? This is the health check, 98.9, almost $99 million. Pretty similar to yesterday. And obviously dragged down by the Ethereum that's in the bridge, dragged down by the Bitcoin retrace as well, and dragged down by EHEX in there as well. So those three things dragging the amount of over the bridge under 100 million. We also saw a DAI also drag out. We saw $250,000 of DAI leave overnight as well. So now we've got the EDAI down at 28.8 million. We were at 29 million yesterday. So there we are. They've got four factors at least pulling that down. I can't remember what the USDC tether was, but that's going to play. Now the good news is that Coast is back up and running. So hopefully we'll see some more Coast dollars come into the chain. That'd be really cool. And of course, with the native stables to Pulsechain like USDL, PXDC, HXDC, hopefully we'll see a bit of uptake in that in business. So far at the moment, we've got $14 million of native stablecoins for USDL, just under $2 million for PXDC. And of course, we've got 1.16 million for HexDC there as well at the moment. So yeah, pretty awesome. We know that when prices start going back the other way, these protocols will lift up their business, right? The business will go up, and we'll probably have more stable coins issued. It's just that's the way it goes. When it goes down fast. When it goes up fast. And so we'll be looking out for that too. And then more DAI bridging over as well. Magic upright time. That's what we're looking for. So that is pretty much it on those. Let's jump into the rest of the markets. We're going to have a look at Hex derivatives. So at the moment, all the Hex derivatives are down pretty much. So there's not much to talk about there. Stable coins, we can see that PDAI at the moment is at 29 hundredths of a penny. So still a long journey to get to that 1 cent mark. And of course, we've got was the LUSD here at the moment, down 4.7%. But the thing I'm enjoying about this, just throw $150 or something like this. Could be quite good in the future. Not today, obviously, but in the future. So let's have a quick look at this. The minting apparently is capped. The burning is going. Let's see what the burn is at the moment. This is very speculative, of course, but let's have a look here. 4.22%, so the same as yesterday. So not a lot happening there at the moment, and probably the volumes are relatively low, are they? Yeah, 6,700 volumes, so very low volumes there. That's why I'm not getting a big move there. So without the volumes, going to need that volatility and volumes in there, but it is fun to see that play out. All right, let's go to the markets overall. Before we do that, let's go to the markets overall for Pulsechain and see how they're performing today. Obviously on a down day, always accumulation time when the market's retracing. So on trending, 6 hours, we got 7.6 million in volume, 167,000 in transactions during a weekday. So obviously pretty low volumes on Pulsechain at the moment, whether it's the weekend or the weekday. We've got our top performers that we talked about. We've got Leonidas is up 6% there. OMG from the Tang Gang there up 6%. PDRIP, one of the ROI protocols, is up 5.6% today. So nice little move there from PDRIP. We haven't seen that move for a little while. HTO up 2%. So, very modest gains happening at the moment. Let's have a look at the top profiles by volume. Let's have a look at that. And where we got there, 6.9 million in volume there. Same tokens ruling the roost here, but with the inclusion of Pika there. So yeah, not a lot happening on Pulsechain today. Let's go over to, that's going to bring us into Mafia. So we're going to talk about Mafia now. That's kind of our second half of our show now. But that is it for day 218. We just started day 418. We just started day 419 there on Pulsechain. Looking good. All right, let's go to the Mafia one. We're going to pull that up and talk about Mafia. I've put up Pulsepot there. Let's get rid of what we got. Pulsepot. That's another one of Jacob's pro tricks, but we're going to talk about Mafia first. Mafia, and we might get that in that range, and let's pull it up. All right, so we're going to get into that in a minute, but before we do, let's catch up on the chat and say hello to a few people. Who else has jumped in here? I'm going to scroll back up here. We got Francia in house there. Hello, Francia. Good to see you. I see you changed your name again. Very nice. Bella. Very good. Bella. I love that. Wookie says, Wookie Espresso, get your coffee and a gangster scar, says Wookie. Absolutely. What else there? Get 2 coffees and you get a gangster limp. Maybe 3 copies. What do you get with 3 copies? You're in the hospital? What? I don't know. Sounds like a deal to die for, says Brennan. Yeah, indeed. We don't ask for 3 copies. You might find out. Yeah. Well, I just asked for it accidentally. That was an accident. Francis says, hi, Superman. Hi to you. Hope you're doing well. And Brennan there. What's the Brennan there? Got the, is that some sort of running thing? Wookie likes to play golf, so maybe it's the golf that he likes to get into. All right, so now we're going to get into Mafia. We're going to talk about that. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to wrap up with our final that with the Hex at the end, but we're going to get into Mafia now. So let's go for gold. All right, 3, 2, 1. All right, that is the Mafia. And I love the machine guns, man. I'm addicted to those machines. That's what happens to the people that come against the syndicate, right? All right, so we got a family is waiting for your arrival. Now, if you're new to Mafia, you haven't heard anything about it, I'm going to leave a timestamp. I left a timestamp yesterday on that, so I might actually do a simple timestamp every day from now on. We are streaming to over 10,500 subscribers on 3 different YouTube channels, so I have to update all 3 channels to do that. We got 709 live players at the moment, so it keeps growing every day. We got 16 crime families. That has been pretty steady. That is a good number of crime families at the moment, and we've got an amazing vault at 3.03 billion. It boggles the mind, and it's going to keep going up, folks. It's going to keep going up. So let's have a look at the number of top leaders at the moment on PulseMafia. Now, remember, Mafia game is on Pulsechain, but it's also on BNB chain. So at the moment, we've got some really cool things happening. Now, some things you may not have picked up yesterday is that we now have these premium players. So they've got little pluses next to them. I think this update just happened like an hour ago. So we've got these little pluses in them. And yeah, look, Nunzio at the top there from the Salamancas, and Nunzio from the Salamancas number 2. We've got Frogs and Albert, 2 big players from the Syndicate, and number 3 and 4. And they've got their little plus signs, so they're premium players. And they got the little golden, I love the little golden touch. I think that's pretty neat. We've got Giftedware and Crypto Kool-Aid from the Gearheads at number 5 and 6. We've got Activator and Carnage at number 7 and 8. And they're from the Syndicate and Gearheads. And then number 9 and 10, Adept from the Hustlers. And of course, that's Lit Gains, the influencer. And of course, True Jello, they're from the Hustlers as well at number 10. So those are the top 10 players at the moment. And now the cool thing is that this has changed. So before we'd only see every 10 pages. Now we can see 15, the top 15 now. So things have changed a little bit here. And yeah, you can go through all the pages, 48 pages of players. Pretty amazing there. So that's cool stuff. Let's have a look at the families. Let's get into that. So the Syndicate at the moment is number 1, numero uno. And of course, Capone is the Don. He's the most feared Don of the most feared family, the Syndicate in all of Mafia land. And of course, we salute the Don Archie. Big shout out there, the Capone, the Don. And of course, looking pretty good there. And that is number 1 spot, right? So we got the vault at the moment. We're going to talk about that. But the top family gets 30% of the vault payout. And of course, the Gearheads there is at number 2, looking strong there with Giftedware at 219,000 on the worth. The Yakuza, this mysterious family, the Yakuza there at number 3, 137,000. Number 4 is the Salamancas at 130,000. That is hit 130. Congratulations to them. The Hustlers have managed to sneak into spot number 5. This is run by Lit Gains, Adept there, and he's at number 5 there. And of course, the Mugnows, man, the first family to get Family Plus there. So not Disney Plus, but Family Plus. So congratulations to Don Mugnow there. First family to do that. Number 7 is the Original Gangsters. We've got the clan behind that, not Costa Nostra. The Trump family, La Mano Anera is number 11. Supremo there. The OGs, of course, we've got 2 subsidiary families in different cities. We've got the Chinese Triads at number 14 and followed there by the Greys, Coach X at number 15. I thought we might see some more action from Coach X. We'll see. We'll keep a lookout for that. Maybe he's going to make a late move on that for the Greys. They're a big ecosystem on Pulsechain, of course. We'll see what they do. Now, the Mugnows are the first ones to hit the Family Plus status. This is one of the new features, of course, from yesterday. So let's have a look at that, what it looks like. They got a cool badge here, pretty badass badge with the OGs, and they get a little plus sign as well. They get a number of boosts of doing that, of course. Premium players, they have to get over 50%. They got 78.8%. So well done to them for doing that. And of course, there they go. That's their family. So kind of cool. You can see all the player pluses there. They've got lots of them. And you need an OG NFT, right, to get those. You have to basically you burn your OG NFT. Let's go have a look at the OG NFTs just to see what I mean by that. And it's one of these. So if you buy one of these, you get to it has to not be in your inventory. It's got to be out of the game, so it can't be in your inventory. And you can then basically click on it. It's going to give you a menu. It's going to say pretty much go for a premium player. And once you do that, it will burn that NFT. So that NFT is currently worth, I don't know, $180 to $200, somewhere like that. It moves around with the market all the time. But once you burn it, it's gone. It's gone for good. So there's only about 1,600 of these. So once they go, they're gone, right? So that's pretty important. On BNB, there's less. There's only like 600 of them. BNB, there's not many of those at all. So we'll see. So that is how that works. Pretty cool. Now, we've got some top stuff here. I think the Syndicate, which is the family I'm in at the moment, is the next one to on track to become a Family Plus member. And we're at 46.3% premium members at the moment. We only need to get 50%. So we're very close to that. A big shout out to the family out there. If you haven't yet, got your OG NFT and applied for a premium membership as a player, do get out there and do it. You're helping the family and helping yourself, which is pretty cool. So that's kind of neat there at the moment with that. And you can find all the details, of course, of that in the wiki game. So we're going to quick look at that briefly, just to have a look at some of the new features there. We are waiting for step number 6. That's the big next step. It's a huge step. The Mafia map is going to be a big thing coming up. We're looking forward to that. It's going to be the game map. We've had updates around keys recently. So this one here, the latest one around keys. We've obviously had updates as well around, let me just scroll down here, around families. So this is what everybody is after at the moment, the family there. We've also had update around allegiances. So that's kind of pretty cool too, and the requirements for the allegiances. We've also had a Player Plus here as well on the wiki. You can find out all the details about Player Plus. So that's there as well. So this is all publicly available on the wiki. Those are all the things that are there. Also, and OG NFTs as well. So learn more about Premium Plus. So that is what's happening at the moment in the game. That's the latest and greatest. So what else are we going to say about this? Well, let's get into it. So yeah, doing pretty well. Now the family, the Syndicate, the most generous family out of them all, the most feared, but also the most generous. We've got now 91 million in the weekly payout, 91 million pulse in the weekly payout, heading towards 100 million pulse. It's going to be exciting. 50% family share. We're the most generous. Our Don, the Capone, aka Archie, is the most generous of all the Dons. 50% family share at the moment. So great family to join. And of course, we're always open to new members. This is a game. We enjoy the game, and we are the most feared family in the game. But we are very generous to new players. So if you want to apply, it's $100 to join our family, of course. But you can apply as well. So I'm not sure if Archie's in the chat there, but he can post the recruitment page in Telegram. All right, you can also hit us up in Discord if you're in the Discord as well, and look to apply. We have a private club for the Syndicate in the Discord. Also, it's kind of like a secondary chat, but Telegram is the primary one there. I think that's probably the best way of characterizing it. All right, the Syndicate is number one. Join the number one family, the most powerful, feared, the most intelligent, and most dangerous family. That is without a doubt the Syndicate and the Capone. So it's very exciting. Big shout out, of course, to the rest of the players in our team, Max Payne and all the rest of the team that are supporting the Syndicate. Big shout out to everybody, all the big players in our team. We do appreciate all the activities that are going on. All right, we also got crates still going at the moment. So crates are $20 to purchase. You can see that here you can use PulseX incentive or eDie to purchase. They're about $20, $9.99. And you can purchase keys, pretty easy to do. And your keys basically give you a chance to win a big prize, either an in-game asset, which you're going to need in the game, or some Mafia itself. And of course, they're very lucrative, up to almost, probably $9,000 around that at the moment for 5 million Mafia if you won that. Pretty cool. You can win more NFTs, which are, like I say, worth about $180 to $200 or something like that at the moment. Maybe 150, 60 on the low end. So that is NFTs up for grabs. And then, of course, bodyguards. You can win all that sort of cool stuff. And also keys over here as well. You can win keys up to 100 game keys. Pretty amazing. I mean, we saw Lick Gains there from the Hustlers the other day win 50 game keys as well. So, I mean, definitely the prizes are there. Pretty cool. All that money, of course, gets to go feed back into the game, which is pretty exciting, and back into the vault, no doubt. Now, the vault, of course, is looking amazing. 3.03 billion pulse in the vault at the moment, 132,000 US dollars. You don't want to miss this game, folks. This game is epic. And if you're going to play it, you might as well get into the syndicate, right? That's kind of the logic there. This thing's going to go up, up, and away. We know that the game's not going to start until it hits 5 billion pulse minimum. As long as the team is ready to launch, the game will launch. So that is pretty exciting. 3 billion at the moment. So onwards, we're over 60% the way there to the game starting. Isn't that awesome? And this is only in 20 days. 20 days. 20 days. It's crazy. So I don't know if that team's going to have to get their coding up. They're going to have to make sure that they're ready. We shall see. So go Jacob, go the team. And yeah, it's a big, big game and lots of cool things coming out there. So looking good here at the moment. Now, the marketplace, of course, has been trading really well also on Pulse. We've got 1,154 items sold so far. 88.7 million Pulse has been traded in fees. $83,300 in 20 days. Less than 20 days because it's only been going for a little while. Let's have a look at the market. Yeah, empty marketplace. Only been going. I got the good thing I got this in my calendar here. Only been going for 7 days, a week. It's only been going for a week, and we're getting those sort of results at the moment. So fantastic. People love buying and selling as well. Like I said, there's multiple ways of earning in this game. You can speculate on buying Mafia. You can become part of the game, and if you get in the family, you might be able to get into a spot where you enjoy the vault. And of course, 10% of that vault payment goes to the families every week. So that's currently $13,200 just on PulseMafia alone is going to the families. And of course, they get allocated at the top there, 30% for the top family, 10% for the bottom family. So pretty awesome. But the market is another way of earning money. You can buy items, buy low, sell high. You can trade the market all day if you wanted. And of course, as the game gets more popular, the more activity will be on the market. When the game actually goes live, a lot of things that may not be priced too well at the moment might get priced up later in the game when people realize that they're much more valuable than the market's been pricing them. We've got lots of things going on like that. So really exciting. Now, the other thing that people are not thinking about too much as well is the fact that if you get into a family, there is in-game money, right? So there's in-game money. That in-game money is going to have its own marketplace and in and out of the game itself into marketplace. So people are going to get promotion money, particularly depending on what the Don decides. And so people are going to be able to earn money like that too. And it will be swappable in the game and outside of the game. So it could be a really lucrative place there. So as people play the game, get better and rank up, they'll get more promotional money, depending on the family they're in, of course. And that could be very lucrative indeed for players in the game. So, and I'm sure there's going to be more and more ways of earning. Obviously, owning businesses can make you money. So if you've got businesses, you can see some businesses in here. They get some of those will be earning money. So really, there's lots of lucrative things to be doing in the game. And I'm sure that Jacob and the team probably got more things coming down the pipeline as well. So looking forward to that. We've already seen one way of earning money was OG crates. If you'd been part of the TRH or TYCZ game sacrifices, or playing the games, you would have got OG NFTs. They've already been very lucrative themselves. That's another way that people make money in the game. So there is some really cool things going on in this game, and every time more surprises to the upside. So the game keeps surprising to the upside, and that's what makes a vibrant game as well. Waves of cool things coming down the pipeline there. So like I say, with that, if you want to buy Mafia, let's have a look at the Mafia chart at the moment. This is Mafia on Pulsechain, and we can see that the price here at the moment is just under 1,800 of a penny, holding up pretty well in this little support zone here right now, with the markets down generally. So that's really impressive that the chart's holding up so well. We've had 18K in volume at the moment. What do we have there? 54 makers at the moment in the market. So those are wallets, unit wallets bought or sold. The market cap at the moment, 1.7 million. Let's have a look at market cap over time. Let's have a look at market cap over time here. We can see that market cap has peaked out at about 2.5 million. We're currently at 1.7 million at the moment. So a nice little spot to get in there. Now I'm going to post the link to this if you want to pick up some PulseMafia. We're looking for some big moves on PulseMafia in the future as we ramp up towards the game. Our very own Don Archie talking about 3 cents. So that's over 15x from here. So yeah. Buy Mafia on Pulsechain, PLS. I'll just go Pulse, and that is the link there if you want to pick up some Mafia there. Now there is a 5% 5% slippage that you're going to need. So if you go to the buy here, you'll see a 4.7% buy tax and a 16.6% sell tax. That all goes into the vault. So that's not going anywhere else. It's going straight into the vault here and feeding the rewards. It's just one of a few mechanisms in the game that feeds that. Obviously, the market and crates are also feeding the vault as well. So kind of cool. Where's it going there? Yeah, so yeah, we're going to the buy market there. So you will need a 5% slippage, buy slippage, and a 20% sell slippage. So just remember that, and it does go into the vault. So if you're playing, it's very, very cool. The other thing, of course, is if you're on BNB, you can also buy it on BSB as well. But we'll talk about that in a minute. We're going to switch over to BNB as well because PulseMafia is over there. Before we do that, though, I think we've got some cool stuff in here. We've got here for Mafia says Drix, a nice one, Drix, very cool. The Syndicate firing line says Crypto Fury for that video. Yeah, I love it. I love that video. It's so cool. If you're wondering what he's talking about there, that's this one here. So. All right, I love that. I love that. I love that. It's so cool. Over 700 players now. Yeah, Wookie says absolutely amazing. Eh? Let's go. Number 5 says Drix. That is the syndicate. So if you want to apply for the syndicate on Telegram, that is the link. And there is requirements. So we do a little due diligence on players, but it's $100 to join. And what the cool thing about joining is that you get benefits of the #1 family, the most feared family on the Mafia game. You also get rewards, obviously from the vault allocation and in-game money. We're going to be very generous in the family as well. And of course, you also get the benefits not only on PulseMafia, but also on BNB Mafia, because we dominate over there as well. Ching, ching. So get in there, folks, on the syndicate. And look, hey, look, I'm covering it on a regular basis. We have incredible leadership team. Obviously, Don, the most feared Don of them all. We have cool people like Max Payne out there doing recruitment. So you will probably touch base with them over on Telegram. But you can also do recruitment through the Discord, as we say. So, yeah, the syndicate, badass. Join up today if you want to be amongst the most smartest and feared and generous families in the Mafia game. All right, kind of cool. And you can buy Mafia there on a deck screener right now. All right, kind of cool. Let's jump over to BNB and have a quick look at that. I'm going to swap over my to the BNB chain. You do have to swap your wallet to the BNB chain, but you can basically just toggle it just by clicking this button here between Pulse and BNB. It's pretty cool. And nice. All right, so let's have a look at over there. We're going to go through the BNB one a bit faster, but we've got 846 players over there, 16 crime families, and 103.69 BNB over there. So this is in BNB, not in Pulse, of course. We've got a different leaderboard over there, of course. We've got just about all of them, actually, Player Plus. How about that? That's pretty awesome. We've got Bob Tillian in there. We've got Doug Mug now, Ice Pick Willie. Lots of cool players in here. Capone at number 6 there. Big shout out to the Don, number 6 there over on BNB. We've got lots of cool players. The Governor there, the Siphon, all from the syndicate. Look at that. Pretty cool. We've also got OG Gangsters. So really there's a big rival over on Pulsechain, big rivalry between, the syndicate and the Gearheads and other families. But over here on BNB channel, a chain, it's the syndicate versus the OGs and stuff like that. So this is a different environment over there. It's kind of cool. And lots of things happening. So it's kind of cool. Now, there's a lot more opportunity at the moment on BNB, probably a bit less, less on the active side for the moment speaking. So there's a lot of opportunities over there. The families at the moment. So the OG Gangsters have already hit Family Plus. How about that? Woohoo! Family Plus there of the OG Gangsters. So congratulations to them. But yeah, they have hit 57.9% on premium players there. Well done to them. So there's a lot of battle over there. Let's have a look here. We've got the syndicate at number 2. So they're sitting on 95,800 worth. We've got the syndicate at 85,300 worth there on syndicate. And we've got the Magnows at number 3. Congratulations to them. Remember, they're down at number 6 or something on Pulsechain. So they're not in the top 5 spots, but they are here on BNB. We've got the Yakuza, that mysterious family, down at number 4. And this globalist one, the Illuminati's at number 5. So they're top 5 at the moment. They're getting between 30% and 10% of the vault value. Remember, 10% of the vault is paid out every week when the game starts. Now, there's 103.69 BNB, $57,675 worth there, which is pretty crazy. That adds that up to, with the Pulsechain side, that's about $190,000. So I think we're very close to getting over $200,000 in the combined vault. It's going to be happening probably in the week ahead of us and maybe well beyond that. So looking forward to that. There's a lot of opportunity, of course, to pick up Mafia over here. But then we've, of course, got lots of other families. Coast to Nostra, the Peaky Blinders, the Clan, the Untouchables there from Crypto Pride. So a big shout out to Crypto Pride, another influencer on the BNB chain. It does some good stuff, really enjoyable to watch Crypto Pride. So if you haven't checked them out, give them a check out. Number 11 there, the Cartel. And number 13, the Los Villages. And number 14, the Mafia Group. And number 15, the High Table. And of course, the most twisted name, I say this every time, the Salvation Army there at number 16. That's a twisted name for a Mafia family. But that is it at the moment. They've got crates as well over there as well. They're $20. But they, of course, they're in BNB, USD Tether, and USDC if you're going to buy one of those. But guess what, folks? The businesses are still there. They're going down. Last night, over the last 24 hours, they've gone down, though. There were 69 yesterday. There are now 65 now. So the 4 businesses have been picked up overnight. And I have a feeling who's been picking those up. But 4 businesses have gone. There's still 65 left. There's none left to buy on PulseMafia, except if you buy them on the secondary market. And there's not many of them anymore. And of course, here we go on BNB. Look at that, 65 left. So there's lots of chance if you pay the $20, a good chance to win something that could be worth hundreds, if not thousands of dollars later on. So kind of cool. We've got the Mafia at the moment in there as well. You can win Mafia and you can win OG NFTs up to 10. And of course, they've also got the keys as well. You can win keys. But importantly, you can also win very important game assets like bullets, like hearts, like airplanes, like bodyguards. And there's lots of things you can win at $20 a pop there. So definitely it's a lot of opportunity there at the moment. Looking kind of cool. The market's operating as well. Don't forget there's a market on BNB chain, not just PulseMafia. And that's been pretty activitous as well. We got 34 items sold, 2 BNB and fees, $2,700. So it's still a lot to catch up with the PulseMafia side, but the opportunity there is pretty green right now. And of course, you've got the market prices of everything in there as well. Kind of cool. I think that's it on that. Let's go to the buy. If you want to buy, of course, there's a different contract, of course, on PancakeSwap. But you can see all the links down the bottom here: PancakeSwap, Dex Screener, Dex Tools. Same taxes, right? 4%, 4.7%, and 16.6% on the buy and sell. The contract ends in 4111. Now we'll have a look at the price on that. Here is the price chart. Remember, this had a different setup. So with PulseMafia, it was based on TYRH. With BNB Mafia, it was based on TYZZ Sacrifice. And so we've got a different looking chart here, primarily for that reason. And of course, also we've got tons of influences, relatively speaking, compared to BNB on PulseMafia versus BNB. For the time being, we have had some big influencers. It was one of James, I think it was, 57,000 followers on BNB covering it. And we also Crypto Pride over there covering it as well. And of course, I've covered it. So there's been a little bit of coverage there on the BNB side, but the price at the moment pretty generous there, 00039, so just under 4,000 at the moment on that. $790 in volume. And of course, liquidity of 64,000, market 396,000 at the moment. So really good entry on the old BNB side to pick yourself up a strong position in the game. You can buy heaps of Mafia and get yourself really strong there. So kind of cool. All right, so that is it on that. I'm going to post a link to that if you want to buy some BNB Mafia. Buy Mafia on BNB. That is the link. All right, let's see here. Let's see. Let's have a look there. That is the link to buy Mafia on BNB. Lots of opportunity there. And you can pick up way more, obviously, with the price differential versus the upside potential in the vault. So things to think about there. Syndicate is there as well, of course. And if you join the syndicate, you get access to both of those. And, of course, you can see how well we're doing there. Number 2 at the moment. But watch out for number 1 spot. The OGs think they can have it all. But we shall see, right? So join the syndicate, $100 to join. And, of course, 200. You only need 2,000 Mafia to open up a player. You can have as many players as you want. But when you join the syndicate, you get access to both chains. And of course, at the moment, we're number 1 on PulseMafia and number 2 on BNB. But how long will it take for us to get number 1 on BNB? Watch out, watch the space. All right, Tira in the land. The OGs think they can have it all on the BNB chain. They think they can have it all, but it's not so true. We're going to fight for that. All right, so Pulse Life says Superman. Supreme Court slapped the SEC. Gary Gensler to be fired, and Pulsechain case will be dropped. That is from Pulse Life. I like that. All right. Brennan says, a little birdie told me the OG is kicking members to get to premium status on BNB. Well, they've done it. They've done it. So well done to them. But once again, it's going to be a battle over on BNB chain as well. Don't you worry. is going to be pretty carnage there. All right, let's swap back over to PulseMafia, and let's have a look at the vault again. I'm just going to switch chains, and where we up here, we're going to have a look here. So kind of cool. All right, where are we going here? The vaults. Yeah, I do love this vault though. That's the highlight of today, isn't it? 3.03 billion pulse in here. The markets might be down, but Mafia is going up, and that's the cool thing, right? This is very counter-cyclical. When the game starts, it's going to be exciting. That big payout, $13,300 almost a week paid out to the top 5 families. Pretty awesome. And, of course, the syndicate at the moment, number 1, New Maruno there, sitting pretty well with 91 million in the weekly payout at the moment, heading towards 100 million pulse per week payout. And, of course, the family is extremely feared amongst the others, and it has good reason. We have a very dangerous family indeed. And we have a very generous family, though. I always like to remind you of that. The Capone in the syndicate is very generous. He's feared, but he's generous. And that balance is just such a beautiful mix in a game like this online. And remember, it is a game. We like to have fun, but we've got to, we're going to have fun to play to earn on the way, right? Play to earn in the crypto, especially on the bull market ahead of us. I think it's going to be a lot of fun there, and of course, bide some time. So I'm really excited to see that. All right, I think that's it. How we doing? At 57 minutes, I think we're doing pretty well. That's our coverage for Mafia today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Keep out the alerts, folks, and join the syndicate. I think it really is going to be amazing as well. Now we're going to wrap up with the Hex Daily Stats here. Let's see if we've got the ETH out. And we still haven't got the ETH ones out. We haven't had any updates since the 24th of June, but we do have Pulsechain. And what did I say it was? 418. We got the price there the 3rd of July. And with a payout today, 7.156 hex per T-share on the old Pulsechain. So looking good. T-shares are up 6,900. We're sitting at 9,341,000 T-shares in the ownership pool. And the reward pool that the ownerships get is got 66.8 million hex in it. And a big penalties today, almost 3 million. So a good day in the office there for T-share miners. And we're up 31 liquid holders and down 6 miners. 123,618 miners on the old Pulsechain for Hex. Hex.com, check it out. Links in the video description. I did see Crypto Coffee post out about Hex today. So thousands of views have been seen on Hex. So that's kind of cool. Big shout out to Crypto Coffee for that. Hex.com, you can start mining Hex today either on Pulsechain, the Magic Cup Ride chain, or on Ethereum and start earning Hex today. Kind of a nice, cool passive income to earn there. Longer pays better, bigger pays better. That's how it rock and rolls there. Brendan says, cheers, Brendan. Hey, you're most welcome. Big shout out to you. What else there? We got Drix is talking to Wookie saying, I've been around the community for a long time with real life friends. My death would go unnoticed inside and outside of IR Alliance. I like that, Drix. Well said, well said. That is a great way to wrap that up. We're at 47.6%, are we? Are you kidding me? So, yeah, we're getting there, folks. If you're in the syndicate, get your OG NFT out of the inventory for your particular player and apply for player premium and get us towards that 50% mark. That is cool. We are so close, folks. We are so close. I can feel it. It's going to happen. So, yeah, excited. We'll probably during tomorrow's live stream, we'll probably have hit Player Plus. We'll be the second family to get there. Every other family is way behind us. Yeah, and we're doing it the legit way, right? We're not taking any players out or anything like that. We are really just everyone's getting their Player Plus in, and that makes the family stronger. It's going to be so much fun. So I hope you guys are enjoying it. PulseMafia is going to be a lot of fun during the bull market, and you can see that vault filling up nice. But I love the fact that you can earn money in all the other ways. You can earn in-game currency. You can trade the NFT market. Now the number one NFT market by my accounts out there amongst all the specialized NFT markets. It's number one. And then, of course, you can also, earn through crates and OG NFTs and things like that. And there's probably going to be more things coming up in the future as well. It's going to be really cool. All right. And good for Pulsechain, right? Good for Pulsechain. Really viral. And, of course, we've got that BNB connection as well. So we get to track people from BNB over to Pulsechain. I really like that aspect too. I'm very excited. And, of course, don't forget Jacob's got other projects. He's got PulsePot, BNB Pod out there. He's got Pulse Predict, which is going to be launching. It's been delayed two months because they want to get the marketing, everything right. So that's coming up, Pulse Predict. And, of course, I'm hoping, my fingers crossed, after all, is PUSD Algo. And I'm going to be talking about PUSD Algo again soon. I just feel like it's another time. Obviously, that's a sacrifice project, but I think it's the biggest of them all. Really excited about that, and we're going to probably talk about PUSD Algo. Everybody that sacrificed for that so far, hold the line, because it's going to be, I think, going to be really cool. And of course, we know that Jacob said he's going to go beast mode. We haven't heard anything since then around other than beast mode, but looking forward to the future there. And maybe BNB and PulseMafia are a stepping stone to the PUSD Algo. And that combination could be absolutely amazing. You got to think forward, right? That's all about crypto. You know, make gains in crypto. You got to think forward looking. Yeah, it is cool. Excited. So yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun, folks. I think meme coins on Rune's going to be great play this bull market. It's going to be fun stuff. Obviously, there's some cool things to pick up, more speculative and Solana and Base and things like that. But there's certainly things to pick out if you can pick out the right one. But I like to go for the high probabilities. I think Dog on Bitcoin Rune's going to do well. And there's other ones out there. I think the X1 chain is going to do well. Did see that Jack Levin was on KG's show yesterday. Probably worth checking out there. I think X1 is going to be pretty awesome as well. We talk a lot more about these things in Strategy Club. Links in the video description to join that up, of course. And it's the Pulsechain is going to have its day in the sun. Pulsechain is going to have its day in the sun. We do know that we've got the SEC case rebuttal to the dismissal case this month. And then, of course, I think that possibly is next week. And then we've got August is the response from Richard's team. And then fingers crossed, maybe by October or something, we can get Richard wins and we get that dismissed. That'd be awesome. So that is the bullish case. Looking forward to it. Hope you guys enjoy it. I'll see you in Discord. Take care, everybody. And once again, get into the game if you like to have a bit of fun. A great way of playing crypto. And of course, look, the numbers speak for themselves. They're going up and away. So, and we had more influences today, like RH Max covered PulseMafia. So it really is gaining traction. That makes us maybe 11 or 12 influencers now covering the project. That's got to be good, right? That's got to be good. All right, let's play out some cool on the way. Let's play the Magic Carpet Ride video. I just feel like it's a good time to talk about it. Peace out, everybody. Take care, and bye for now. Subscribe, like, and share. Hit the bell.
In theory, if someone were a billionaire and they had like all this money, why wouldn't they just buy more of the thing they liked instead of dumping the thing they liked? Like if Bezos bought shares in Amazon, would you be pissed off? If Apple does a stock buyback and they buy more of their own shares in their company back from the public, which is a way to turn earnings into yield for the shareholders, do you get mad and yell at Apple? And so we had to come up with a word for this fan fiction fantasy, which is the opposite of a rug pull, called a magic carpet ride. And so if you're worried about risk of a rug pull, what weighted value have you given the risk of a magic carpet ride? And it's just hilarious to me.